Howdy guys, I'm back with more of The Witcher 2. Today I'm going to attend the War Council. Going to just jump right in here.
You missed quite a scrap, gentlemen, and an opportunity to slay a monarch. There was a struggle and the prince was wounded.
You've all seen the magical phenomenon covering the battlefield. For any who still have doubts, this is no mundane mist, nor a petty fairground illusion. Most likely, we're up against a blood curse, an old and powerful spell. We do not know who cast it or why. For now, I have one piece of good news and several pieces of bad news. The good news is that Henselt and his army have been halted for the time being.
And the bad news?
The mist will grow. It may even engulf Vergen. Furthermore, wraiths may emerge from it.
Can they be made penitent? With an axe to the head?
In theory, yes. But I would suggest putting your faith in a silver weapon. Furthermore, the ghosts will weaken as they move away from the mist.
Is there any way to drive it off? Exorcise it?
A question for myself and Geralt of Rivia.
The Kingslayer?
Contrary to what old women at the wells say, he did not, in fact, slay any kings.
Thank you.
Of course he didn't. Wouldn't hurt a fly, that one. Look at his eyes. You'll see he's the sensitive kind.
Whatever you may see in his eyes, few know more about lifting curses. Gentlemen, I do not require you to understand this phenomenon, but there are a few rules I insist you must follow.
Here we go.
No one is to approach the mist. It is mortally dangerous. In addition, we need to learn the story of the battle. For this, I especially count on the aid of Mr. Cecil Burden.
At your service, my lady.
Thank you. To lift the curse, we require some objects symbolic of the war, ones belonging to those who perished here 3 years past.
Pfft. More scrap iron from that massacre lying about than lice in Cecil's beard. I thought curses were best handled with...
Please leave the thinking to me, Mr. Zigrin, and I'd gladly hear less from you from now on.
Wow.
The objects must be magically active and strictly linked to the ghosts of the fallen. That is all.
Let me be clear. You're all to aid Philippa and the Witcher. What are you grumbling about now, Yarpen?
It's something in my gullet.
Take a swig of wine. Now, to worldly matters.
I like her.
How many are we?
Saskia, you know well...
How many?
We dwarves are near 200, but don't judge us by our number.
1,000 peasants will come, though you'll get no precise count.
My lords?
53 knights and another 200 armed men. Not enough.
Henselt leads 5,000, 5-1 against us. What think you of that?
We are few, they are many, but we have our walls, low though they be. If we had archers, who knows?
Well, guess what?
Oh, for a regiment of heavy arbalists from Lyria.
We have something better. Iorveth's elves. Scoia'tael.
Yep. Oh, yes. Gotta make a cool appearance now. Oh, yeah, you're suave. I get it. Oh, he's like...
Gentlemen, I give you Iorveth.
What do you seek here, murderer?
100 of the North's best archers await your orders, Dragon Slayer.
You wished for archers, here they are. I take no pleasure in fraternizing with elves, but even a shit-coated stick can be a weapon. He burned down the villages of many in my horde.
The free peasantry is one thing, but a criminal with a price on his head in all the northern realms? This is too much.
Saskia, say the word and we'll depart.
Hear me out. Iorveth came to fight for me. I trust him, and I know that he'll stay the course. Just like each of you.
How could you know that? He's an elf. Treason runs in his veins.
He's been fighting humans for a century.
But for the first time in scores of years, his fight makes sense. The Scoia'tael know no peace. They've died for Nilfgaard, for the Valley of the Flowers, in vain. They've been betrayed and cheated. Now they have a new goal. The Pontar Valley could be the first state where no man would have to fear elven arrows when venturing beyond city walls. and elves and dwarves wouldn't live in ghettos or on reservations. First, however, we have a battle to win. You know who we're up against. It's a splendid army, brave and well led. They cannot be scared off or routed. They have to be killed. I want Iorveth to sit at the same table as we do. I want him to kill Cadwenny for us. And I assure you that he'll do so with a smile, if only you let him.
If I'm to see a smile on that skinny face, I'm in. Iorveth stays.
Bloody hell! Father's turning in his grave, but a must's a must. I say aye. Nay.
What?
You killed my men, Elf. Remember them?
If I hadn't killed them, they'd have killed me.
All right. For the sake of better times, and for Kedwin's doom, aye!
Down with the sons of bitches! Cheers!
Stennis still said nay, though. That's... well, he's still he's still got his cup lifted like he's gonna drink to it, though. I mean, it's either... Uh-oh... That drink was special? Poison? Who poisoned it? Philippa?
Poison! She's dying. Take her somewhere safe and guard her with your lives. I'll gather what I need and join you soon.
I'll place my best warriors on watch.
Oh.
Quickly, lads! A litter!
Well, wait. Who did this? Someone in here did this, right? Who would have done that? Who would have poisoned Saskia?
She ceased casting spells.
Well, I don't think Philippa would have done it, but I sure as heck don't trust her.
Saskia, is she alive?
In a manner of speaking, I've slowed her life functions as far as possible. Her condition is stable.
Okay. Yeah, okay, so that was unexpected. Why wasn't just hers poisoned? What was the poison?
Do you know the poison?
Thaumadour, commonly known as mage pain. It has a terrible reputation.
An antidote must exist.
Well, she sure did seem to know exactly what the poison is. See, now, because I've played through Roche's path, I know I just can't trust these sorceresses. They seem out to they have their own goals. I cannot trust these sorceresses. I don't know what's going on with Philippa, exactly what her... And then, I know that Saskia's what's their relationship? Who would have poisoned Saskia? Is it something to subdue that side of her? I don't know. Can you heal her?
What can we do?
Treatment will require herbs, magic, and blood.
Not ordinary blood, I presume.
Correct. We require royal blood.
Oh.
We could use Letho right now.
Yeah, really? Yeah, really. I think he's got a couple of royal heads we could squeeze like melons. Why do you need blood?
The nearest king is on the other side of the Mist of Wraiths.
You misunderstood me. It need not be the blood of a ruling monarch. It is the genotype contained in royal blood that is required. Kings issue from ancient dynasties. Over the ages, to survive, rulers needed exceptional resistance and strength. As royal dynasties rarely admit common blood, the strength of their genes remains great. I shall employ self-healing genetic therapy that will teach Saskia's body how to rid itself of the poison.
You'll have her drink human blood.
No, I shall inject it directly into her heart.
Oh yeah, we all know how pure and strong that royal blood is. We don't have to look too far with was it the Habsburg bloodline? Yeah, so what herbs do you need?
What kind of herbs are we talking about?
I'll need a subterranean variety of purple foxglove, known to the dwarves as the Immortelle, and an elven rose of remembrance.
Oh, hey. Triss has a rose of remembrance. Yeah, I was about to say, that should have asked me that a chapter ago. Where do I look for the Immortelles? I'm guessing in a cave.
Where will we find Immortelles?
They grow deep beneath the earth, which should not be a problem as Vergen lies on top of a mine.
How will they help Saskia?
Mage pain wreaks havoc in internal tissues. The Immortelle will help restore them.
Okay, and Triss has a rose of remembrance.
Triss had a rose of remembrance. She claimed the flowers are exceptional.
Long ago, the Enshe who succeeded in cultivating the roses enjoyed great respect,
Times have changed.
as have elves.
There are no elven gardens nearby. We must return to Flotsam.
Yeah,
Triss has a rose of remembrance from Flotsam. It's her we need to find.
even better. Okay, what else do you need?
What else do you need to heal Saskia?
Thaumadour is a self-perpetuating substance. Any incursion into a cluster of poisoned cells causes an immediate chain reaction. Each tainted cell that is removed is replaced by 10 new tainted cells. To interrupt this reaction, I'll need an ungodly amount of the power. A water or air genie, or one of the 20 legendary rings of power would be best.
One to bring them all and in the darkness bind them.
Right. And then I'll have to run barefooted to the top of a volcano.
All right, all right.
cute,
Let's
cute.
forget the rings. I need a vast quantity of the power, no matter the source. Find something.
An immortelle, a rose of remembrance, royal blood and magic sounds like a fairy tale.
A poor one at that. No prince's kiss to top things off.
I wish it were a fairy tale, especially a poor one, as a happy ending would then be inevitable. May I count on your help, Geralt?
You may. What about the Battle of Wraiths?
I must first see if the spells keeping Saskia alive are in order. Then we'll consider how best to send the spectres to their rest. Actually, you could tend to that yourself. Ask the locals about the battle. Maybe you'll learn something.
In that case, I shall search for the poisoner.
That's what I want to know. Who did this? That more than anything else, I want to know who did it. I know there's plenty
Only Philippa Eilhart may enter.
Ooh, so I can't even I can't go in here. Okay, I wasn't expecting this to happen. This is very, very unexpected, actually. For her to get poisoned, I don't think that was ever addressed on the other side here. All right, so I've got quite a few quests here. Let me actually read them because these are all new to me, right? All right, subterranean life. To call Philippa Eilhart a healer is like calling a drowner an advertiser of swimming. Nonetheless, Philippa was a sorceress, a powerful one at that. Though healing was not her specialty, she could help the poisoned Saskia. To create a cure, she needed special ingredients, a dwarven immortelle among them. Geralt started the search with asking one of his dwarven friends staying in Vergen. Zoltan, for he was said friend, tarried in the local inn. Okay, so it's not as easy as just running into a mine. I'm actually gonna have to talk to people. Hunting magic. Having been poisoned during the council meeting, Saskia was dying, and nearly everyone who supported her cause now prayed for her health. Among her allies, however, were those who did not believe in the gods, or at least in divine intervention. Lady Eilhart, the kind of woman who rolled her sleeves up and started casting spells when things got tough, fit this description. So when Geralt learned that a magical artifact was one of the ingredients for the Dragon Slayer's cure, he reasoned that Philippa would be the ideal consultant. Therefore, he decided to have a chat with her at her house. Ooh, I think I kind of want to do that first. I want to get to know Philippa a little bit better. I feel like I didn't really get to learn a whole lot about her. All I know is I don't trust these sorceresses. Alright, royal blood. It's a shame Philippa didn't demand a crocodile's tears and a sorceress's smile as ingredients of the antidote for Saskia. I believe the Witcher would have had an easier time obtaining either of those. As it was, he had to acquire some royal blood. Literally. There were only 2 potential donors in the area, Henselt and Stennis, and... You know, I wonder, could Stennis have been the one that poisoned Saskia? Because, ooh, now that I think about it, you know, that kind of fits the bill because she's kind of, she's more powerful. Like, it seems like more people like her. She's doing more of the speaking, and he's probably butt mad because, you know, he's the prince, even though, you know, it seems like no one really cares that he's the prince. Well, I guess he'd be king now if Demavend is dead, right? I don't know. I feel like Stennis might have something out for Saskia, because just the way that Saskia talked when she was talking with Henselt and the way he looked at her was just like that bitch I'm gonna kill you kind of look, you know? So I'm not sure if that's what's going on or not. Alright, where is Triss Marigold? Further reading will tell you that Geralt accomplished a lot in Aedirn. He fought wars, killed monsters, obstructed kings, and caused unhealthy arousal in sorceresses. Oh, hey, plural. You have to keep in mind, however, that his priority was finding Triss. Sorceresses, as all other women do, keep in packs. Thus, in his search, Geralt headed for Philippa Eilhart's house. Unhealthy arousal, however, was out of the question in that case. Ooh. I think, didn't one of the characters suggest that Philippa and Sheila were an item? I'm not sure if there's any truth to that or not, but maybe Philippa doesn't get down with guys. I don't know. I'm not sure. Alright, the Eternal Banner. Okay, this sounds pretty much exactly like it was in Roche's playthrough. In the world of Wraith, only those relics the ghosts had a connection to in life have any meaning. After conferring with Philippa Eilhart, Geralt ascertained that he would need items symbolizing ideas linked to war, specifically objects representing hatred, courage, faith, and death. The Witcher thus embarked on a search for the Dunbanner's standard, believed to be the symbol of death, and for a sword that had belonged to the infamous commander named Vandergrift, purported to symbolize hatred. The sorceress promised to find a medallion symbolizing faith and a fragment of a suit of armor that belonged to the brave Seltkirk. Oh, this is the same thing, so I'm wondering, is there going to be a different medallion besides Henselt's medallion, or am I going to have to go pluck it off his neck? A matter of life and death. As you already know, Saskia, known to those who loved her as the Virgin of Aedirn, and to those close to King Henselt as that insolent wench, had been poisoned. There are numerous stories about how the Witcher cured the girl, how he climbed a glass mountain and placed a healing kiss on her carmine lips. Well, none of those are true. Several unusual ingredients were needed to prepare the antidote, that is, a rose of remembrance, a dragon's dream, an immortelle, and royal blood. The Witcher began his search for those ingredients, which, feeling like it's gonna be a long time. Oh, a dragon's dream. I wonder where we get one of those. Alright, and the War Council. This is one that I just finished. After reaching Vergen, Saskia and Stennis left Geralt to his own devices, which I guess that was my time to go explore, but I just ran into here. The elder, Cecil Burden, greeted the Witcher. It turned out that because of the Cadwini threat, the gates will be closed. A debate was to be held where all attendees would discuss how to end that threat. The Witcher was invited too, but at the moment he could rest in a room the local inn provided for him. Following Burden's nephew to the inn, our hero thought deeply about Upper Aedirn's situation. In spite of its dwarven standards, Geralt's room at the Cauldron proved quite cozy. The Witcher settled in and, once ready, ventured out to attend the War Council. My, was that ever a debate. Those attending discussed how best to repel Henselt. There were as many positions and proposals as there were debaters and disputants. Luckily, the Witcher's task was simple: to lift the curse from the battlefield with Philippa Eilhart's help, thus getting rid of the ghastly mist and allowing the armies to move against one another. Gosh, it almost seems like the people here would want to keep the mist there. The Witcher would have started right away, glad to leave the debaters spewing words and spittle, but a tragedy occurred. Saskia was poisoned. The dying girl was moved to her house while Geralt, Iorveth, and Cecil went to its door to await news. When only Philippa emerged, the Witcher began questioning her about the Dragon Slayer's condition. And Saskia's condition was bad and still deteriorating. The Witcher not only had to find a way to lift the curse from the battlefield, but also get an antidote for the poison coursing through Saskia's veins as fast as possible, which she's probably going to die in just the amount of time it takes for me to navigate this darn town. What's going on?
People of Vergen, we have a magical mist full of ghosts just outside our walls, so you'd better think twice before entering it. The mist, may the plague take it, threatens all manner of creatures, so anyone headed to the quarries or walking through the gullies should take exceptional heed. The squirrels that have made camp by the burnt huts are not our enemies, so says Saskia, and so it is. Master Geralt of Rivia and Sorceress Philippa Eilhart will deal with the mist and the wraiths. And now, open the gates and get to work.
Don't
So
try anything.
okay, this was the part that this part that's opened up. This was where I think I was allowed to explore originally. I don't think I was
Chief.
really allowed in here during Roche's path. I guess, I don't know. This is all... I am really confused with the layout of this place. I'm really glad that I did Roche's path first, because it was a lot easier to navigate that half of the map. I feel like I was just up here. There's... Oh gosh, yeah, I'm gonna end up missing everything. Oh no, I guess I'm right here? Those are... Oh. I was about to say, I hear some moaning, but... What am I intruding on here?
What is it, Witcher?
Who is that girl?
Cynthia, a leashed sorceress.
A leashed?
A charming expression. Do you also use muzzles?
Leash means a connection between a sorceress and her assistant. An unfortunate term, I admit, but it explains how things are. Cynthia can tap my power, use my spells. She's a conduit.
Oh.
And she's learning along the way.
Interesting.
It's convenient, and except for the name, not derisive at all. But you're not here to talk about Cynthia.
Maybe I am. Alright, so... Definitely thinking she might be... I mean, she's just giving her a back rub. That doesn't mean anything. Okay. Little flustered here. Alright, so what are you doing in Aedirn? I heard Saskia killed a dragon. Who's Letho? I'm interested in the Wild Hunt. I've got this tattoo. I'm looking for Triss. Oh my gosh, we have a lot to chat about. Alright, so... I'm interested in the Wild Hunt, just out of the blue here.
A sorceress like you ought to know bundles about the Wild Hunt.
A sorceress's knowledge has nothing to do with superstitions.
Hey.
The hunt's not a superstition.
True, the phenomenon seems to exist.
I want to know everything there is to know about it.
It's strictly atmospheric. It doesn't interest me. Just as whirlwinds, whirlpools, and snowfalls do not interest me.
Alright, so she knows stuff. She's not going to be maybe she just doesn't want to talk about it right now, but she just seems like she's going to be unwilling to spill the beans on a lot of things, because there's no way she doesn't know the real truth behind the Wild Hunt. Alright, so... Just for laughs, I'm not going to get my tattoo removed. I never will, but I just want to see what she says.
Know how to remove a tattoo?
There's a cure for everything, except stupidity. I'll need some green mold, white myrtle petals, and wolf's aloe.
I'll be back once I've found the ingredients.
Except for stupidity. I don't know. Yeah, all right. So, what are you doing in Aedirn?
How is it that King Radovid's court sorceress and advisor is supporting a rebellion in Aedirn?
This has grown into more than a simple rebellion, Witcher. Prince Stennis' arrival here confirmed Saskia's right to represent Edirn.
Saskia isn't fighting for Edirn, but for the Pontar Valley. Even Prince Stennis considers you rebels. He hasn't moved against you because war with Kedwen hangs by a thread. Why are you here, Sorceress of Tretogor?
It is my duty. If Henselt occupies the Pontar Valley, Redania and Temeria will respond strongly. The North will disintegrate, its unity gone. A dark scenario that is nevertheless avoidable, provided Saskia is successful and wins the Valley's independence.
Even if she thwarts Henselt, there'll be no independence without agreement from Redania and Temeria.
Temeria's expansionist plans melted away with Foltest's death. Redania's ruler is unpredictable, but even he'll have to respect a victory. I'm here to make this victory a fact.
Well, you know, I am wondering, will things play out a lot differently? I mean, I'm imagining things aren't going to be too radically different, but, you know, if Philippa gets what she wants, I mean, are things still going to end up the same way? I don't know. So, I heard Saskia killed a dragon.
Is what they say true? Did Saskia kill a dragon?
Prince Stennis decorated her for it at the court in Vengerberg, so it appears to be true. If you want to know the details, talk to Biggerhorn. Apparently he witnessed it.
Ooh, I definitely want to talk to Biggerhorn then, because I'm wondering how exactly she killed a dragon. I'm feeling like she was a dragon, and then the dragon disappeared, and she ran back and said, "Yep, I killed the dragon. There's no proof, though." He's definitely dead. Don't look for the body. So who's Letho?
Have you heard about a Witcher's school? Apparently the Viper's their sign.
No. Why do you ask?
The Kingslayer wears a medallion adorned with a viper.
Pretentious and childish for my taste. He can't be very smart.
Oh, you're so full of it. I almost don't even want to talk to her anymore. She's such a lying, manipulative... I'm looking for Triss.
I'm looking for Triss. Letho forced her to teleport near Vergen.
Letho?
Foltest's killer, perhaps Demavend's too. Will you help me find her?
Certainly. We sorceresses must stick together. We have too many enemies.
Triss contacted you through Sheila de Tanzerville's megascope while in Flotsam.
And I haven't heard from her since.
Can you locate her?
A megascope responds to a person's aura. If I had something of hers, I could find her. You were close to her. Maybe you have something.
No, I don't have anything.
Not good. Wait. A local drunkard claims he saw a redhead fall out of the sky. This could be a lead.
Ooh, okay. Triss is hardly the only redhead around. You want me to take a drunkard seriously? Taking drunkard seriously seems to be the smartest thing I can do in this game. Fall out of the sky, eh? Gotta have my good old Canadian A there. I'm gonna go with the A. Fall out of the sky, eh?
I never heard of flying women before.
Perhaps they're just drunken delusions. It's possible, however, that an unstable teleport ejected Triss near the town.
As it's our only lead, I'll talk to this drunkard. Do you know him?
I'm not used to associating with drunkards, but you'll likely find him in the inn.
Oh.
Thank you.
Come back as soon as you learn anything.
That kind of... Oh, are we done? I guess that kind of works out, because I think I needed to go to the inn
The medallion
anyway.
again.
Oh. My medallion? Oh, she's got a book here, The Art of Magic. I don't know if this is a new book. Let's see. I'll just read it real quick. The power the sorcerers can command is commonly called magic. In the opinion of a certain sorceress I'm acquainted with, magic is chaos, an art and a science, a curse, a blessing, and progress. However poetic it may sound, it is hard to find a better simile. Everything depends on the person that uses that power, of course. Still, it is a fact that it can be used to achieve things not possible to normal humans. The Witcher's signs are also a form of magic, but sorcerers look at them with disdain, since they cannot be compared to the forces the sorcerers themselves command. Without magic, our world would be certainly less interesting, and many beautiful things would be forgotten. Well, that's hardly worth investigating. What else? Is there something... nothing here. Geralt maybe over here mentioning his medallion makes me think there's maybe something I'm supposed to find in here, but everything is innocent enough. It looks like there's something on this nightstand, but maybe I'm crazy. It's kind of vibrating a little bit, but I can't get over to it. I can't get over to it. No, there's probably nothing there. Some more Orans. She's got a lot of money, a lot of really nice things, honestly. Money everywhere. Pillows. Hey you. Who are you? How much does a magic course cost these days? Who are you?
Who are you?
I'm Cynthia, a mage in training. Philippa is my mentor.
My condolences.
No need for that. True, she's a demanding mistress, but she can also be charming. Besides, she's the best there is, Witcher. She has no equals, excepting perhaps the old elven sorceresses. You should see her cast spells. Light and graceful she is. Not like that old tart de Tanzaville.
Tart. Oh, I feel like there's a bit of maybe a love triangle going on here. Maybe Philippa and that old tart are an item, and Cynthia here is kind of left out. You know Sheila?
You know Sheila?
I've seen her cast spells. I've seen all the great sorceresses at work. Sheila's quite manly in her style. Precise, logical, exceptionally composed. But she lacks grace and suppleness.
Is that your opinion? Or are you just repeating what Philippa says?
Ouch.
We agree in our assessment. Triss Marigold, on the other hand, is talented. But she lacks determination, courage, and a certain cold willfulness that seems necessary.
Thank goodness.
That's interesting.
Kira Metz and Margarita Lowe Antiel are both blasé, seemingly resigned. One's a hedonist and nymphomaniac, the other cares only about her school. They lost enthusiasm for magic long ago. Then there's Francesca Finderbear. Nobody really knows what the old she-elf is capable of, but she's clearly very powerful.
I take it Philippa has none of these flaws, but she must have some weakness.
Ambition. Infinite, boundless, and burning like the Korath Desert.
So which one was the nympho? No. So that's some good insight, because people that are very ambitious are usually, they can be kind of dangerous when they start playing politics, because like she says, there's no bounds, right? There's never enough for someone like that. So Philippa is definitely dangerous. Very interesting to see someone else's assessment of the sorceresses. I would have thought that Triss definitely had that coldness if you asked me in the first game, but I don't know. I think Triss has warmed up over the past few months. I don't know how much time has passed. So, how much does a magic course cost these days, giggity?
Just out of curiosity, how much does a magic course cost these days?
I'm certain you can't afford it, Witcher. Besides, you're too old.
Ouch.
No matter. I have a few of my own tricks as it is.
You mean Witcher's signs? Philippa can conjure up the illusion of a garden full of flowers, fruit trees, and young elves of both sexes copulating merrily all the day.
Okay.
And the illusion is complete. The flowers have an aroma. The fruit and she-elves are juicy.
Invite me over the next time she conjures up this garden. I'd gladly see it. Professional curiosity.
Yes, please.
Naturally. But I doubt Philippa's in the mood for complicated illusions. She focuses all her efforts on Saskia.
Man, I didn't realize being a sorceress was so cool. I want to conjure naked elves and fruit. Man, life's not fair. I'm just kidding. Alright, so yeah, there is money all over this place. Oh, you're just going to sit down here and start messing with her books and stuff? I don't know if you should be doing that, girl. Gosh, look how detailed this is right here. Good grief, that's pretty. Okay, so can I talk with Philippa anymore?
You wanted to discuss something?
Oh, I can. Okay, so the magic artifact. You said I needed to find one.
You said we'd need a magical object to cure Saskia. Any ideas where I might start looking?
Magical items do not grow on trees, as you know. Luckily, this area has a long history. There's the Battle of Wraiths, the site of Sabrina Glevisig's death and suffering, the abandoned mines.
I was hoping you'd be specific.
I won't ask you to traipse around with a divining rod, but please try to be a little inventive. Ask the locals, that's always a good place to start. I dare say Alderman Burden knows every last stone in the area. Maybe you should see him.
It seems like Philippa's all about, she doesn't really seem like she wants to answer my questions as much as she wants to just push me off on someone else and make me someone else's problem. She seems resistant to wanting to work with me or really give me any actual help, and she doesn't even want to talk to me about things. She's just a hateful bag.
You wanted to discuss something?
Yeah, I got one more thing to talk about with your hateful butt. I have some questions about the curse.
At the council, you mentioned artifacts were needed to undo the curse.
But I can't look for them now.
I can do that.
Why?
I have my reasons. Tell me something.
What do you mean, why? Do you want me to do it or not? What kind of question is that? Okay, what happened here 3 years ago?
What happened here 3 years ago?
Henselt attacked Edirn, but met his match. Nobody won that war. Sabrina Glevisig got into a conflict with the commander-in-chief of the Kedweni forces, and this led to both armies being routed. Fireballs turned the battlefield into a flaming tomb. Henselt accused Sabrina of using a forbidden weapon.
And Sabrina cursed Henselt.
I think so. I suspect the curse got out of hand because of the circumstances.
Circumstances? The stars weren't right, wrong phase of the moon. There's always an excuse for simple bungling.
She placed the curse while burning at the stake. Her hands and feet nailed to a wagon wheel. I'd say she did a good job, considering.
Oh, gosh. Okay, I guess she really may not know much about the curse, because I remember that in the little flashback that from the other path that Sabrina contacted the other sorceresses when she used her fireball attack, but I guess they may not have been necessarily aware of the curse, so maybe she's not completely jerking me around. Well, yeah, know anything about blood curses since we're talking about it?
Know anything about blood curses?
Do you?
We're dealing with a 4th level curse, also known as the Curse of the Archmistress.
Well, I'm impressed.
4th level.
Thing is, until now I thought it was only a myth, that such a curse couldn't be cast.
You thought wrong. There are 6 confirmed cases of this curse being inflicted.
6.
What about confirmed cases of it being lifted?
0.
1.
Oh.
Achieved by a team of sorcerers led by Archmistress Francesca Finderbear, hence the curse's other name. Sabrina Glevisig was on the team.
Small world.
Yeah.
That's not all. The curse investigated by Francesca and Sabrina was designed to end the Tyson dynasty, the rulers of Kovir. They were cursed by Scarlet Rodalega, a complete madman, but very talented. An eclipse and wraiths also accompanied his curse.
So Sabrina's curse is just a knockoff Rodalega.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, this is actually really cool because, now I'm getting some new insight to the curse since, I never got this before. Okay, so what did Francesca learn?
Can Francesca's experience help us?
Certainly. I know the symbols and the workings of the curse thanks to her.
Care to explain? I'm the one risking my neck.
Yeah, really.
You'll have to relive the battle and change its course at the right moment. I don't know exactly what will happen. Nobody does.
I'll look for those artifacts.
All right, and not all the ghosts were aggressive, did you notice?
Did you notice? Not all the ghosts were aggressive.
Yes. Most just disappeared when they touched the aura of a living person.
I think the curse corrupts the ghosts of the fallen and turns them into draugrs.
Is that the Witcher's professional name for wraiths?
Draugrs are demons of war. They arise at sites of exceptionally vicious, bloody battles. Their bloodlust and hatred in condensed form.
Can you kill them by conventional means?
A silver sword is enough for a draugr. But as long as the curse remains active, new ones will arise. The soldiers' ghosts are the key. If I could turn the tide of the battle...
For that you'll need symbols of war belonging to those who fell in battle. Hatred, death, courage, and faith. All artifacts must be magically active and connected to the fallen, or they won't lure the ghosts.
Right. I'll look around.
Finding 2 will be enough. Get the symbols of hatred and death and leave the rest to me.
Oh, really?
I'd prefer courage and faith.
Don't fuss.
I'll see what I can do. Cecil seems to know a lot about the area.
Okay, well that's actually really cool. It sounds like she's gonna help me out a little bit.
I'm good for now. I'll let you know when I learn something.
I was going to say, this route seems like it might be longer with Saskia being poisoned, but maybe not, I don't know. Alright, so let's see what I've got now. My quests have all been updated here. Alright, so hunting magic. I have to talk to the townsfolk about magical locations. One of the ingredients needed for the Dragon Slayer's cure was a magical artifact, an item radiating powerful energy. The sorceress could not just create one on the fly, and time was against them. Yeah, time's against us. That's why she can sit here and get a back massage. Alright. So the Witcher headed outside to ask around the town about magical intersections, ruins, legends of any treasure, and a word about places where he could find an item of the kind he needed. Entering the streets, Geralt thought deeply about which townspeople would be the best informed and about those who liked collecting stories. Ooh. So it sounds like there might be the truth and then some BS out there. Alright, where is Triss Marigold? It turned out that someone in Vergen might have encountered Triss. A dwarf had seen a red-headed woman fall from the sky. The Witcher decided this had not been the passenger of an unruly broom and assumed instead that it had been Triss falling out of a portal. He immediately went to see that dwarf. I should highlight that one. I think I want to work on that one. And then, of course, these 2 familiar quests. Death symbolized. One of the artifacts needed to lift the curse from the battlefield was to symbolize death. Having no idea what he was to look for, the Witcher took Philippa's advice and decided to talk to Cecil Burden. Vergen's alderman knew a lot about the battle between the Cadwini and Aedirnian armies, so he would likely give Geralt a good lead. And then hatred symbolized here. The Witcher learned that to lift the curse from the battlefield, he would need mementos of the battle representing the virtues and horrors of war. He was concerned because he knew very little about the clash between the Aedirnian and Cadwini armies. Philippa Eilhart then told him to see Cecil Burden, Vergen's alderman, who was reputed to be a real trove of knowledge on the subject. Geralt went off to question the dwarf about the battle. Alright, so I have to go see Cecil is what these 2... In fact, let me see, where is Cecil? Is he getting... Oh, let's see... Where... Oh gosh, this... Help. Alright, yeah, let's track the other one. I think because... Yeah, Let's see if we can find Triss. Will that show me a little bit better? Okay, there we go. I can work with that. Alright, well, I still haven't, properly really looked around town. I've been into, a few houses, but, oh, here's someone.
Regard!
Are you... Oh, you're not important. Never mind. But, oh... Guess I'll go ahead and take that. I'll go ahead and take some goodies. I need to sort out my inventory situation pretty soon. Let's see if this fella here has anything interesting to say.
Well, I'll be plowed by a ferret.
Yeah. Witcher Geralt of Rivia.
You're a witcher like any other, but those swords, things of beauty.
Nothing special about them.
You're mistaken. Few know how to make a silver blade today. Fish eat me if I'm lying. And engraving runes is not exactly farting down a rain spout.
What?
I wouldn't mind a closer look at your swords. Care to browse through my wares?
Late. Well, let's see if he's got... I do need a better steel sword, actually, but, I don't know, I feel like I had money issues in the last playthrough, so I might
What's
wait
this?
on that.
Clad in hues of green, amid shrubs he's seen, crouching on legs bent, catching flies to rend.
What?
Aboard Scoia'tael waiting in ambush? That's supposed to be a frog, to be honest, but your answer's better.
Oh, that's cute.
Hey-ho, give us a kiss!
Oh my gosh.
Hello. Hey-ho,
Dwarves are
hey-ho.
ridiculous. Alright, so it sounds like I've got some people to talk to. I need to make my way back to the inn, and yeah, it just sounds like I just need to continue talking with people before, and then I can start making some decisions, start helping people out, and I was about to say, of course, am I lost? I think I need to be downstairs. What the heck, a prison? There's a prison in here. Interesting. Alright, well, I seem about as horrifically lost as I can be. I'm not a fan of this town. I'm really not. I find it very confusing with all the up and down. I've just always disliked areas and games like that, though, that,
I must talk to you, Witcher.
Uh-oh. About what?
What's going on?
I'm Elias, of Iorveth's commando. I have an urgent matter.
Tell me.
Men from Vergen have been disappearing for some time. We recently found some of their corpses, so it doesn't seem to be desertion.
Okay, the victims are all male. Where did you find the bodies? What state were the corpses in?
I need to see the corpses.
They're all buried.
Where?
Beneath a mound in the forest behind Vergen, but you shouldn't go there.
Why not?
Desecrating graves is a serious offense. The families of the dead will be furious.
Well, then I can't
What
help.
state were the bodies in?
They looked gruesome. Nothing an elf would have done, nor a human.
Oh boy, this sounds like a Witcher problem. So where'd you find them?
Where did you find the bodies?
In different places, mainly in the burned village near the ravine that leads to the town.
Okay, and the victims are all male?
Only men among the victims?
Young men, humans and elves.
Any reward, of course.
I don't work for free.
You'll get your reward. Do well, and I may give you something more than coin.
I don't know if
We're losing good men.
I don't know if I want it. I'll do it.
I'll see what I can do.
I'll be heading out there soon enough. With flickering heart, go to the burned village or examine the corpses in the something. Alright, I don't think this is the... Am I in the right spot? I think
Let me tell you about the woman who fell from the sky.
Look, another one.
Oh.
You'll have one human in and no time. I've heard enough of flying women.
Okay, so this is
very
the end. This
unusual.
is definitely where I want to be. Alright, I found it.
As if you return home sober for once.
Alright,
You
so
look
I'm going to
to
go
buy
ahead
you
and
around.
stop here for now. And next time I'm going to pick up here in the inn and talk with everyone and see what I can find out. Thank you guys so much for watching me play The Witcher 2. Very interesting being on the other side here and just kind of getting the second the other experience and seeing how it plays out differently. I'm really enjoying it. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching and bye for now.